Do you struggle with negative chatter about yourself always going on in the background and you find this completely hard to stop? Well, in this video, I'll be revealing the biggest common mistake people make, which causes this to be near impossible to stop. Then I'll share one easy mindset tip to break free of this mental slavery for good. Hi, this is Adewale Ademiwa from StressTherapist.net, and I'd like to welcome you to episode 4 of the Take Back Control snippets. If you're an employee, a student, a parent, and your anxiety and depression and high stress levels has been frustrating your efforts to make progress and move forward in your job and enjoy your relationships. This show will give you the keys to unlock your life and take back the territory those difficult emotions have stolen from you. So, do you struggle with negative chatter about yourself? It's like a reflex or a reasoning of what's happening around you. For example, you keep blaming yourself that thing X has only happened because you did thing Y. Let's imagine you were pregnant and you look around your living room, noting all the things that haven't been cleaned. This leads to, well, it's because you're entirely lazy and you can't even put in the effort to go get a duster and clean the surfaces. Which then leads to, and you think a baby will be able to survive in this disgusting environment? And then you think people like me shouldn't have children. Now, if you are in a good mental space, you might be able to push those thoughts away by trying to find evidence to prove or disprove these statements. But if you're in a bad mental space, you won't be able to see anything else. You'll be completely blinkered to that as the only version of the truth possible. Have you ever wondered why you flip between these two states? Now, this is very important because this inability to withstand negativity in your lower moments is created by a subtle emotional trap that locks you in many years of depression and anxiety. And it's so crucial to be able to see this in order to start breaking free. How do you break this negative pattern? So let's imagine that you had a friend in your exact same circumstances who is also pregnant, who had a lounge looking untidy like yours. Would you tell her she's lazy? Would you jump straight into criticizing her? Most likely not. But why wouldn't you outright criticize her like you criticize yourself? Perhaps you think they deserve better. They are good people who try hard. They are not like you, always making a mess of things. They succeed and are deserving of respect for their efforts. But are you deserving of respect as well? Now you're thinking, you don't think so because you need to do better. Your friends have already achieved so much. They are balanced. They are able to separate out aspects of their life and able to navigate it well. They've got good jobs, happy lives. They've got the ability to cope with whatever comes their way. But you haven't. You go from messy situation to messy situation, all of it unintentional, but of your own doing. And you feel this is stupidity, not deserving of compassion. But let's now imagine that this other person who is struggling like you, who made bad decisions, whose life is in such a mess, who is struggling emotionally, who is not able to navigate their life, is not able to have a good job, and is not able to cope with whatever comes their way, who then irresponsibly brought a child into the world when she can't cope with her own life. This person is exactly 100% like you. Would you criticize her? Would you treat her badly and talk to her harshly? Again, most likely your answer would be no, because you don't do that. This just isn't you. But then this is what you do to yourself. because you feel you don't count. And this is where the problem lies. Perhaps you never thought of this hard stance on yourself as a bad thing. You've always thought of it as the only thing stopping you from being even more of a mess than you already are. But this is the strong foundation holding all your negative problems up. And because you've done this so much, it has now become so second nature, like a muscle memory that your mind reverts to easily at your weakest moments. So, you've got to start accommodating the same compassionate view you give others to yourself in order to break the negative chatter for good. You've got to start practicing thinking this way over and over, even if you don't believe it yet. And if you do this, your brain will soon take the baton from you and make this new self compassionate way of thinking your new muscle memory. And once that happens, you'll see right in front of your eyes that your anxiety and the depression will start to melt away for good.